Welcome and thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Mains by Mell. Mell would be me, mains are what I create. I am a professional hairstylist and I know that you read the title of this video. Warning signs that your hairstylist is cutting your hair wrong. That developed an accent, but it's okay. The contents of today's video will include 1. Finding your stylist. 2. When not to get your hair cut. 3. Consultation checkpoints. 4. We will address curl type. And 5. The actual cutting technique. So let's get to it. Okay, so number 1. The first thing you're going to have to be considering is who will be the lucky candidate to cut your beautiful curls. Is your hairstylist you have now, if you have one, someone that you trust? Are you happy with your hair? Or are you ready to let your curls loose and don't know how, or don't know if your stylist knows how? If you have invested in your curls enough to buy good products, treatments, and protective styling, why in the hell would you not invest in getting a good haircut? What's amazing about this new age is we have Instagram. It is easier now than ever before to find a hairstylist. They should have an online portfolio with photos of the work they have done. This way you can do a little research on them before actually going in to get your haircut. There's not a product in the world that will save your damaged ends if you do not cut it. So if you have invested in products, invest your time in researching your hairstylist. Moving on to my second point, we're going to talk about your actual appointment date. What you're not going to do is go into your haircut with your hair looking a hot mess. Here's why. You may be thinking, I don't give a shit about my hair right now. I'm going to let it go 3 weeks without washing it because I'm going to go get it done. 1, please don't do that. 2, if you are getting your hair cut and it's the first time you're seeing the stylist so they don't know your hair yet, or you are looking to do a big change, you need to get into your haircut with your hair in its natural state. This is a big issue. Don't go into your appointment with your hair straightened if you have really tight curly hair, because they won't be able to see the curl type that you have, and it may result in a unfortunate incident. So let your hairstylist see what your natural hair looks like, or at least have pictures to show them of what it looks like in its natural state so they're aware of what they're dealing with. Makes sense? Okay, so my third point, the consultation. The consultation is the conversation you have with your hairstylist before they touch your hair, discussing what you're hoping to get out of your appointment. Don't just sit down in the chair and say, hi, I just want to trim. Let's talk for a second, okay? You're telling me you want to trim, so I already know, okay, they're not trying to lose any length. That's perfectly fine, but I want to know how you style your hair, if you like the haircut you currently have, and what your end goal is. You want to go in, you want to show them pictures. Pictures are beautiful. On top of that, I definitely want to know how you usually style your hair. That is going to tell me what your lifestyle is like. Some people are very low maintenance with their hair, and I know I'm not going to give you a haircut that is high maintenance. The consultation is where the hairstylist gets to know you, but it also gives you, the client, an opportunity to converse with and get to know your hairstylist. So now we've been talking, you showed me pictures, I get to know what you're like. Are you liking the things that they're saying? Did they ask you enough questions? Are you feeling unsure about what the hell is about to go down on your head? Well, communication is absolutely key. If you don't feel comfortable with the stylist, at the end of the day, this is a personal service. You are the person wearing the hair. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Make sure you're comfortable before getting yourself into anything you're not sure about. Okay, but enough about you. Let's talk about your curls for a second. For my fourth point, we're going to talk about curl type, because your curl type does matter. It's all about gauging your personality and understanding what haircut is going to best suit you. Speaking of you, don't come in, show me a picture of a woman that looks nothing like you, like completely different hair type, and say, I love this haircut. You do want to come in with realistic expectations. You know, you got to think about the service that you're in for. You're booked in for a haircut, not a perm transformation makeover. When you're looking for pictures of styles that you like, try to find photos with women with hair similar to yours. If their curl type is similar to yours, you'll have a more realistic expectation of how it's going to sit. Now, I would hope that if someone went in and asked their hairstylist for a one-length haircut, that they didn't just go ahead and do it. You're going to have to adjust all of your styling routines and maintenance. So you need to be aware of what you're getting yourself into. This is something I would have to inform you of. I would hope most hairstylists would. It can't all be great. So for my last point, I will get into the cutting technique a little bit for you all. Now, I'm not going to get technical with you guys on hair cutting, okay? I'm also not here to say that there's any right or wrong way to cut hair, because everyone has different techniques and different approaches, and I admire that. But I will inform you of some of the cutting techniques that your hairstylist may use on you, so you're prepared and you're not freaked out when they do this. However, you should be freaked out if they do this. You know, after your consultation, you've discussed you wear your hair curly all the time. If your hairstylist pulls out a flat iron and goes to straighten your hair to cut it, you need to cut them. Not literally, but ask them why they are doing that. If they don't have a clear reason, it means they're not comfortable with cutting curly hair. So what will determine which method is best for you? Well, your hair can either be cut wet or dry. But some key factors in determining which state is best to get your hair cut in depend on your curl pattern, hair type, and styling. For the girl with the big, fluffy, curly hair that loves her wash and go styles, loves to air dry, and nothing else, well, you are a true curly girl. You leave it natural all the time. Your hair should be cut in its most natural form. This would be a dry cut, also known as a diva curl cut. This is a process that includes cutting your curls one by one to form a shape when it is dried, washed, and styled. So because your hair is always worn naturally, it is cut naturally. On the other hand, if you're a girl that loves to switch it up, likes versatility, will wear blown out, straightened, or curly, your hair will likely be cut wet. If you were to get a dry cut on your type of hair, when you were to straighten it, you will have a heart attack because it's not going to look all that good. You have to keep in mind, it wasn't cut to be straightened. It was cut for your curls. Therefore, a wet cut would be more accurate for you because you will get a cleaner, more sharp line that will look great, both straight and curly. Now, one thing I never, ever dare do on curly hair is texturize or thin it out. There's no need to texturize curly hair because it has texture. It's curly. Thinning out and texturizing cuts up little short pieces of hair within your hair to make it appear thinner and more manageable. But what this does will break up the curl, create frizz, create knots, it grows out terribly, and it's just nothing that I believe in. So if anyone's ever going to texturize your hair, you should probably address them to never do that. If you have had your hair thinned out or texturized before, you know what I'm saying. So don't do that. I have shared all of this with you today because I want you to gain control of your hair. Getting your hair cut is not something you should fear, but something you should look forward to. So thank you in taking one more step in the direction of being a curly hair queen. If you're new to Mains by Mel, well, thank you for watching, and just so you know, I do post videos every Tuesday, videos like this, and so much more. So make sure you are subscribed for updates, and I will see you every Tuesday from now and forever. I love you so much. Bye. Rolling. I knew you would stop by today. Unfortunately, I'm on a chair that doesn't spin, but I wanted to make this dramatic, so. Welcome. You know when you get an itch? Excuse my voice. Where's your slave when you need water? Number one! Am I too high? I'm not high. I meant on the chair.